sister called me, and she found my mother unresponsive. And I just remember my heart falling to my feet. One of the most difficult things I've learned in my personal journey, my personal walk with God, is that there are times when Jesus is late. And the main reason he's late is so you can know and truly understand who he is. And I'm going to share a personal testimony, not about myself, to better explain this. Now, like a lot of us, I am a mama's boy, right? I love my mother with everything inside of me. A lot of people believe I look like her, act like her, but just like any son, my mom is my heart, and she's just really instilled in me, the love for Jesus Christ, just been a shining example of, the path and the walk that I'm currently on, and I've learned a lot from her. So I don't want to be too long-winded, but my mother, for years now, she has dealt with a condition that has affected her breathing, and to the point that she's been on oxygen for over a decade, where if you see my mom, you see her with an oxygen tank. And because of this, because of it, it has made her, just her normal day-to-day tasks very difficult. She's been a frequent visitor to the hospital, to the point, my sister and I, we've grown accustomed to at times when we were away at college, or, just in our daily lives, living in our own apartments, living in our own homes, where we would get the call that our mother had to be rushed to the hospital, in regards to her breathing. And, it's been tough, just watching my mom suffer with this condition over the years, but she never allowed it to bring her down. She never allowed it to, put a damper on her faith or her belief in Christ, that not only that he could heal her, but even with this condition, she could still live her best life. And she did not allow this condition to stop her from living her life, to the point that, she worked at a shelter for over a decade, being a counselor, ministering to others, praying for others, just being a shining light in her workplace. Even though she experienced several and many hardships with this condition, she never allowed this to stop her or prevent her from fulfilling what she believed was her true purpose in life. And I looked up to her because of it. But a part of me, I would be lying, wasn't hurt, because it took something. I could not stand to see my mother suffer. I couldn't stand to see her, literally at times walking from, her bedroom to the living room, and she would be out of breath. And, there would be times I just would be frustrated. I would be angry, because I just couldn't understand how someone with such a good heart that has shown me so much love, and I've seen her, show so much love to others, could be impacted by this condition, and just, really taking a toll on her. And I just wanted her to have some relief and some peace. So fast forward to 2025, my mother had to get some surgery done. And from the point of her having that surgery, when I say her visits to the hospital just ramped up, it just felt like almost every other week, my mother was having to go to the ER from complications from the surgery, and just from her condition, where she was having trouble breathing. And I just remember during this season, just crying out to God. I wanted my mother to have relief. I wanted her to be able to retire. I wanted God to be able to heal her. I just wanted her to have some sort of peace with this trial, with this condition that's just, taking, it just impacted her life in so many ways, and I didn't feel like it was fair. And I got to hold myself accountable, because there were times, where I felt like, I could have been a better son to my mother. I've made mistakes in the past, and, my mother has had to help me. She's had to support me because of decisions that I've made. And I was just crying out to God, just asking God to move on her behalf. I just wanted God to do something, because I just didn't feel like it was fair. She's been such a good mother to me. I wanted God to rescue her. I wanted her to just live at peace, because I could see the frustration on her face. I could see the exhaustion from dealing with, the symptoms, the surgery, just everything. It was just all compounded into one. So every day, I just would be crying out to God, please, God, heal my mother. Relieve her of this, Father. And she, still resilient, wouldn't complain, was still going about her day, her daily tasks, would still pick up the phone every time I called to hear me complain. We still would call each other nonstop to share the gospel with each other. If I, even with this very channel, she was my biggest fan. I would call her to go over material or scripture that I was studying, to get her thoughts, to get her viewpoint on things that I wanted to discuss in some of my content. And I can't forget it. It was beginning of March 2026. I was closing out a Bible study with our church, and my sister called me, and she found my mother unresponsive. And I just remember my heart falling to my feet, because, first and foremost, I'm thinking about my mom. Like, we've gotten these calls before, and it's just, hey, we have to go to the ER, we got to be with her. They'll give her breathing treatments. She may stay in there for, a day at 2 the most, but then she's back on her feet and she's good to go. But this was different. I heard it in my sister's voice. I just heard the urgency, so I had to drop everything I was doing and make my way to Pennsylvania. And on the way up there, tears, just streaming down my face. All I could think about was, God, where are you? I've been praying nonstop about this every day, coming to you, asking for you to heal my mother. And if you can't heal her fully, just give her some relief, God, to give her some peace, God. Like, she's overworking herself. My mother works nights and just overworking herself. And I just was asking God, like, if you can find a way for me to be able to assist my mother, because it's every son, it's their dream, to be able to retire their mom, to be able to tell your mother, like, hey, look, you don't got to work no more. Everything's taken care of. And at this time of my life, I wasn't able to do it, but I for sure was praying for it. And I just wanted God to move on her behalf. I feel like she suffered enough, and I just felt like she deserved time. It was just so unfair. So I couldn't believe that we were at this point, that we were at the point of me losing my mom. I get there, and because my mom's breathing is so bad, they had to sedate her. And I never forget walking into that ICU room and seeing all the tube down my mother's throat, seeing her unconscious, and the doctors not being able to guarantee my sister and I if my mother was going to wake up. It It was one of the most gut-wrenching feelings I've ever had in my life. But because of the example that my mother gave me in regards to faith, that no matter what, even when God feels like he's quiet, even when God feels like he hasn't answered your prayer, that you have faith no matter what. And I remember my sister and I just praying in that room, despite how bad we feel, how bad we felt. I was feeling it all: anger, sadness. I was dealing with things outside of this current situation, things that were breaking me down. It felt like my life was falling apart outside of this situation. And now I'm dealing with this. I don't know if my mother is going to make it to the next day, but we still prayed. And even in my prayer, I just still felt like God was silent. That I've been praying for this for months now, for years now, for my mother to be healed. And here we are. We're at the point that there's a chance she may not wake up. So, the day passes, and my mother, they bring her out of her sedation. She comes to. But because she was heavily sedated, she had issues with her memory. There were things that she could not remember, and it was a trying season. But beyond all of that, I was so thankful that my mother was alive. And still, the doctors couldn't guarantee us anything, right? So we had to start just taking it a day at a time and going through just the different possibilities of what my mom's life would look like, and just being in the unknown. And I just still remember even how grateful I was for my mother being alive. There was still so much uncertainty that it still was just taking a toll on me. It was taking a toll on my heart because we did not know if my mother would ever fully recover. Months pass, and my mother is in some of the best health I've seen her in years. Where, she looked like a different person, and it's been a month or two since I've seen her, since I've had a chance to visit her. And she just was in such good spirit. Her oxygen levels are higher than I've ever seen them in my life. And she's just so disciplined with her diet, her eating. Like, she's eating healthier. Everything that I was praying for before she had her emergency, God did. I remember pleading with her in regards to her health. I remember praying to God for my mother to be retired. And she's retired now. She's financially stable, and she's at peace. You could just see her spirit at rest. And it just made the entire time during this visit, I could not stop thanking him because, when she had her emergency, I was so frustrated. I was so angry. I was so sad because I couldn't believe that, through all my prayers, things went from bad to worse. I was praying for God for relief for her. I was praying to God for healing. I was praying for God for changes, for peace. And she got to a place where her life was almost lost. And and at that time when we were going through all that, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand how God could let that happen. And I know that may sound bad to you, but we're all human and we get in our feelings, especially when it comes to people that we love. But as I was there visiting my mom, it was God revealing to me. He never left. Yes, he might have been late, but the reason why Jesus is late is because he wants to put his glory on full display. He wants you to see just how mighty his power is, right? Like, I'm praying, I'm trying to pray to God to move on my mother's behalf, on my timing. God, could you do this for her now? I see her struggling. I see her, her being exhausted. Can you do something about it? And the whole time, he's curating, he's working behind the scenes for the moment that I'm experiencing right now with my mother, where I see her in the best health I've seen in years, and I know exactly who did it. See, I can't take no credit for it. The times where I was pleading with my mother to be healthier, or hey, are you sure you should be working at night? You sure, pleading with her, if she would have changed her habits from me asking or requesting or pleading. See, a little portion of that change, I could have said, well, thank God I've been telling her. But no, God made it so that no one can take credit for her transformation, for her change, for her healing, her restoration, except for him. And I'm here to tell you that's why we have to always remember that his glory will always trump our feelings. No matter how we feel at times, no matter how many times we may think God isn't answering our prayers, we have to understand that his glory will always trump our feelings. Not to say that he's not making room for us to feel, because he definitely does. If you go to John chapter 11, verse 35, when Jesus wept, when he wept before he raised Lazarus from the dead, that was him making room for Martha, for Mary to feel. The other mourners that were with them, he made room for, he empathized with them, even though he knew that he was going to heal Lazarus, that he was going to resurrect Lazarus from the dead. He could have walked into Bethany like, what are y'all crying for? What are y'all sad for? Y'all know what I'm about to do. Y'all know what I'm here to do. Y'all know what I'm capable of. Like, just stand back. No. He allowed himself to feel with them. So the whole time, the months and the night of her emergency, when I'm crying out, he's right there crying with me. Where I'm feeling like, God, where are you? Even though he couldn't just miraculously with a snap of a finger. I mean, he could have, but just because he didn't snap his finger and she opened her eyes and her breathing get better, he still was with me, allowing whatever he was doing behind the scenes play out for his glory to be on full display when he decided to make his move. And I'm here to tell you, I'm just so thankful that we serve a God that doesn't work on our timing. He works on his, because his way is perfect. I seen it with my own two eyes. My mother is changed. She's in a better space right now. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful that he didn't answer my prayers when I wanted to, because maybe if he answered my prayers when I wanted, maybe she would have got some temporary relief, but ended right back up in the hospital. But because he did it his way, I'm seeing full transmission. I'm seeing things with my mother that I haven't seen in years. Just seeing where she's at has given me so much. Seeing her peace has given me peace. So I say that to say, yes, there's going to be times where Jesus is late, but do not be discouraged. Just understand that the reason he's late is because he's working on his timing and not yours. It doesn't matter what trial you're experiencing. You got to hold on to the fact that he, regardless of how quiet it is, regardless of how silent it is, he has not left you. He's by your side. He's going to continue to be there. But you have to hold on to the faith. That's all you got to do. There's times where you ain't going to feel like getting out the bed. There's times where you're going to experience extreme sadness. But you just have to be able to hold on despite all of that and trust in the fact that he has not gone anywhere. He's curating. He's working it out behind the scenes. And no, you're not going to see it. You ain't going to feel it. You're going to feel your own emotions. It's going to be sadness. It's going to be despair and maybe even grief. But I can guarantee you there's a method to the madness. The confusion you feel, the hurt you feel, the depression, everything that you go through is for a reason. And it's for his glory to be on display. And the beauty of it, though, is he never leaves us. While you're weeping, he's weeping right with you. He's by your side. He's not being apathetic to what you're feeling. It's just that he's doing it his way. And I thank God that when it comes to my mother's healing, when it comes to her restoration, he did it his way and not mine. It didn't feel good, but Lord, I am so thankful because he did it his way and not mine. His glory over my feelings. No matter how many tears I shed, no matter how loud I cried, he was weeping with me, but he had to do it his way because his way is always the best way. So don't lose hope. Trust and believe he's going to move on your behalf too. But he has to do it his way. I pray that this message is a blessing to you. I love you, Mom, so much. And I thank God for you. And you will continue and you will remain in my prayers. And I pray for all of you who are going through. I just pray that you hold on to your faith. That God comforts you while you're going through whatever you're going through. That he bless you while you're going through. That he ensures and that he provides you with the endurance to make it to the finish line. Because I'm trying to tell you, in this day and age and what people are experiencing in this world right now, there's a lot of hurt and you can't give up. Despite how it may look, despite how it may feel, your blessing, your breakthrough can be right around the corner. He hasn't left. Yes, it's quiet. Yes, it feels like he's distant, but he's right there weeping. He's weeping. And he's going to make it happen for you because he's going to get all the glory for it. Something so significant, something so extraordinary, something so powerful that you'll never forget. No one else can take credit except for Christ. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in my mother's life. And you're going to see it in yours. As always, to God be the glory. Have a blessed day.